I don't want to rule or conquer anyone.
My main interest is to preserve our democratic institutions.
Whatever the cost may be.
I want to retain the right to vote.
Fight for liberty!
The right to speak freely.
We, the people of the United States,
may prosper together.
We shall never surrender.
In the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Well, it has certainly been a little while since you've heard from me. And I'm not going to offer any fucking excuses. Just been doing shit. If you keep up with the broader Lux Media Network, you know that we haven't gone away. It's just the Progressive Patriots channel that's kind of slowed down a little bit. To be honest with you, talking into a microphone by myself is pretty fucking boring. So I don't like doing it. It would be nice to have somebody else on here to talk with. So that's pretty much what's been going on. What's been going on in the broader world is way too goddamn much for me to summarize in this short little segment, because I did a short talk with a deported veteran named Robert Ramirez, and he had a lot to say. So, man, I don't know. I'm not sure what I can quickly talk about. Release the Epstein files. Of course, we know why they're not being released. More and more people more and more nations are starting to recognize, or they're moving towards recognition of a Palestinian state. Palestinian statehood would be huge. I expect, to the surprise of no one, the peace talks for the Ukraine-Russia war do not include Vladimir Zelensky, so that's fucking interesting. Talks began in Alaska, and they'll continue in Moscow, so that's fun. There's a $1.5 billion Trump golf club that's going to be built in Vietnam, and a lot of people are losing their land, like their family land, their ancestral land, for what are they being offered? $3,200 and rice. That's it. And it doesn't seem like they have a whole lot of choice in whether or not they can leave. There's also that fucking shit with Sydney Sweeney and pants. I know what the outcry or what the outrage is. I understand. I don't know if I'm seeing the problem, because I see this as an ad for denim, and that's about it. So I don't know, and I'm not being obtuse here, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. But that's enough of my fucking ranting. Let's get right to Robert. So let's just jump right in. I already got everything checked out. So
okay.
I'm checking everything. So what is your name, your branch of service, and what years were you in?
All right. Officially, my name, I got the Mexican name, Rosendo Everaldo Ramirez Ibarra. Everybody calls me Robert. Ever since, you got to remember, when I was born in Guadalajara, 2 years old, raised in LA, U.S. Army, Hawaii. Then I worked corrections, police reserve, then the post office for 11 years. So that's basically my life. When my parents brought my older brother, older sister to United States, we came out on a visa. And then we got our green card, thanks to Ronald Reagan giving us the amnesty. So we got lucky for that. So I had a green card, so I did it the right way, the legal way. So what happened was, a little bit about me. I grew up in LA, predominantly white neighborhood. Then they put a Buddhist temple there, like towards the end of my high school, and guess what? The place is all Chinese.
Well,
Talk about gentrification. Yeah, talk about gentrification. It's gentrification all Chinese now. So my mom never wants to learn English. Well, guess what? She has to learn Chinese now. Let me see. Where can I start? Did I apply for citizenship when I was in the military? Yes, I did. When I was in the military, I applied for citizenship. I put my paperwork in. I was assigned to Hawaii, 7th to the 8th. I didn't even volunteer. My sergeant first class says, I'm going to go and I'm going to bring my driver. I'm like, I think he's talking about me.
Nice.
So he took me with him. Yeah, I know. And we were supposed to do like a cleanup kind of thing. I did do, what's it called? Delay entry program.
While you were in high school?
You got to remember. Yeah, when I was in high school, but I was on a delayed entry program. So I get the National Defense Service Ribbon. So when I technically got to Desert Storm was after the month and date of surrender. So for me, I'm not in the combat, but lucky for me, well, I don't know about lucky, but we had to do a cleanup, pick up dead bodies and everybody. That was part of our job. And yeah, we ran over dead bodies and so forth, and that wasn't pleasant. But what we did was we got called to, we had to go on a mission from one place to another in Kuwait. And 2 cars in front of us, let me see, wait. Yeah, 3 cars in front. I followed the car in front of me. The car in front of me got lost, went to the left when everybody else went to the right, and we got lost. We go to a town, they start shooting at us. And we get in combative positions. And we get into combative positions. The messed up thing is that the guy that was with me, a Marine, I was assigned with the 1st Cavalry Division. He was a Marine. He died. He got shot. So I kind of look back and go, damn, that could have been me. His name was JJ. That's all I know about him. I don't know his last name or anything like that. He just picked up a ride with us. But the guy was hella cool and everything. Well, because of that situation, once I got to my unit, my sergeant first class, he gets an award, like Army Commendation Medal, Army Achievement Medal, whatever he gets, right? I don't know what kind of award he got, but they gave me a coin. Go figure.
Yeah, that's what happens, don't they?
Yeah, that's what they do. They screw over the privates, and this Armed First Class looks like a hero and everything. There's 4 people, as of yesterday, 4 people from Fort Stewart, Georgia. They got the Meritorious Service Medal for non-combat, but it was during, when the shooting that happened at Fort Stewart, Georgia.
Yeah.
So 4 people got that award. Well, anyways, get to the point. I go to all places. I go to Sacramento because I thought I'm going to be with little girl's mom. I supposedly got a girl pregnant. And I asked her, let's do a DNA test. And she's like, yeah, we'll do it. But it was kind of like, when you want, it's kind of like ransom. You want to see the kid, you got to pay for it. It was family court drama. We never went to family court, but it was kind of funny how whenever she wanted to, she asked me for money. So I always wonder if I was the only guy giving her money. So I'm the baby's dad, another person's baby dad. I don't know. What's my point? My point is that before cell phones, we had pagers and we had home phones.
Yeah.
So we had, so I think the movie, Don't Be Drinking Gin and Juice While in the Hood, that movie, there's a part where 2 guys are just standing there. The guy calls up this guy, checks his pager, calls him up on his phone, and he goes, hey, man, you call me? Yeah, man, let's go. All right. First, he call him on the pager, call him back. I don't know. The point is that it was kind of stupid, but that's how it worked back in the day. We didn't have cell phones to call each other. We would do pagers, right? And yeah. So the point was that She got me for harassing, annoying phone calls.
He sums it up later, but this is the first of a few misdemeanors that Robert is going to be charged with.
We call them defenders, we call them pretenders. Public defender, they said, just take a deal. Go clean the cemetery. All right, just to get it over with, because they scare you. They tell you 2 years, 3 years. People say, if you're innocent, you should fight it. Yeah, okay, good luck. If you lose, you might get more time. You might even get felonies. They scare you. So anyways, that's my first misdemeanor. I'm a veteran, Army discharge. Got the National Service Defense ribbon. So Desert Storm combat. Right now 30%. So I'm thinking, I'm good. So I got that misdemeanor and I have a green card. The paperwork that I turned in, I wrote to immigration and they said, we sent you paperwork, but I never got it. So, okay, whatever. Then after harassing and annoying phone calls, I deserve this one. I went to Walmart. I'm an assistant coach for a baseball team. And when I'm assistant coach, we go to the Walmart and I told the guys, hey man, you know what? Let's get that PlayStation. I don't know which one it was, like PlayStation, whatever, 2 or 3, whatever it was, right? Back in the day, this was the year 2000. So who knows? Point is that I get the PlayStation. And tell the guys, ooh, there's I ran back. I went to go get baseball stuff. I came back and I see the baseball players, the two of the baseball players, and they're at the customer service desk. And I look at them and I go, hey, everything okay? And then one of the guys comes up to me and he goes, hey man, that's my mom's friend. I said, all right. So I thought she was going to help us out, to charge us for it. So I go to the window, customer service, and she goes, here you go. Let me see your ID. Okay, thank you. Here's your gift card. Have a nice day. I'm like, what the hell just happened? So I got that gift card and I could have easily just gave it back. But then the boys, the players, the boys were like, yeah, let's go, coach. Let's go. I'm like, all right. So we get to the door and lady stops me. Yeah. So I deserve the second one, petty theft, right? And the third one, bar fight. Guy starts it. I just take a deal. So those are my 3 charges, misdemeanors. I have to clean the cemetery and probation classes, whatever it is, like either anger management, domestic violence, whatever. I finished those classes, probation, finished it. And then when I was done, I did this thing called expungement. Expungement is where you go to the courts and you just say, hey man, can I get it erased? And they said, sure. So it sounds all good and they're expunged. When I go apply for a job, I don't have to put it on there. Like right now, if I applied for ICE, I probably would have gotten the job. So
that would be fucking ironic. Okay.
No, I mean, this is like if I was, because I'm deported. But if I wasn't deported, even, you want to hear something ironic? Dean Cain, the guy who was Superman on TV, he's like promoting about, oh, I'm going to be an ICE agent, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, stupid, since you say we can cuss, this stupid motherfucker is part Japanese. Doesn't he remember what they did to the Japanese? Yeah, the concentration camps.
Yeah.
I forgot, but we know that it happened.
Right.
So even these Latino ICE agents, you're just like shaking your head going, are you guys so dumb that you guys don't remember the Zoot Suit riots? You guys don't remember the movies, Mi Familia? You guys don't remember? I guess not. If it didn't happen during their lifetime, they're like, it didn't happen. They forget about the Indians. They forget about Mexico land being taken over, but whatever. I'm at the point where I'm working at the post office, I'm working at the post office 11 years. And I go, you know what? My mom says, you need to apply for citizenship. Okay. I go talk to this lawyer before I go to the citizenship. And then the lawyer tells me, all right, what you're going to do is this. That you're going to go to a judge. They might get on you, but all you have to do is just apologize, show them all your paperwork, show them that you're a good employee. It wasn't a big deal in the eyes of the immigration. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This immigration attorney. So I told him, if you're going to come see, I go, yeah, they're going to charge me like $5,000. I'm all like, $5,000? No, I can represent myself. Thank you. I show up to my citizenship because we have this thing called USCIS INA 328 and 329. So I figure, I don't have to pay for anything. I'm good to go. I go apply in Sacramento. These guys grab me in my citizenship interview, throw me on the ground, ICE agents, hurt my shoulder. I got surgery. They let me go. They saw that I had a federal employee ID card, that I had a veterans, because I was going to the hospital, the VA. They didn't know what to do with me. Obama was president. Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor.
That's early Obama.
Yeah, so I didn't know what to do. So what I did was they let me go. They said, come back like in a month and a half. Okay. That night, I go to my job at the post office. They turn around and tell me, hey, we need to talk to you. I'm like, supervisor, I go, what's up? Go get your union rep. Okay, hey, union rep. They go, hey, they told me something about you went to immigration today? And I go, yeah, so that's my business. And they said, yeah, but I don't know. They want to talk to you. Let's see what happens. The supervisor said that ICE contacted postal inspectors, federal, and postal inspector says that you're suspended with pay. And I'm like, okay. The union rep said, you know what? Get an attorney, try to fix this. Okay. So I'm trying to get an attorney and everything, right? But then the attorneys are telling me that immigration attorney, you need to get a criminal attorney. You need to get, even though your crimes are expunged and you're not on probation, you need to get a criminal attorney to get post-conviction relief. So I'm like, okay, so I have to get a criminal attorney and an immigration attorney? They go, yeah. And I go, okay. And I talked to different ones and they were like, okay, 10,000 or something like that. I was like, 20,000? Damn. To do a consultation, it's $100. So I did the consultations with many attorneys. They told me, why don't you do this? Do you have like a fiance or a girlfriend? I go, I have a girlfriend. She's a citizen. They said, why don't you marry her? And then she can apply for you to become a citizen. And I go, okay, that's fine. So my girlfriend and I, we go to Lake Tahoe. We get married. And she's all scary. She's all like upset. She's turning into an alcoholic. Point blank is that I have to return. I showed up the day of my appointment. They were coming to my house and they were like looking for me. And my neighbors would tell me, hey man, ICE is looking for you. La Migra, are you undocumented? I go, no, I got paperwork. I'm a veteran. They said, I don't know. They're looking for you, man. They came like in 3 cars, 4 cars. They're trying to get you. I'm like, okay. So I never really stayed there. I showed up the day I was supposed to show up. And when I showed up, married, I thought I was going to go see a judge. I had a suit on, expensive suit that I paid for and everything like that. And they didn't care. They just looked at me and they said, well, why are you all dressed up? I go, ain't I going to go see a judge? Yeah, like in 4 months. They put handcuffs on me. They did everything that they're doing to these guys. They put me in a jail cell, put shackles on me. Con Air, went on a plane, got sent to Arizona. Eloy, Arizona by Tucson. And then closer to Tucson, but it's by Phoenix.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know Eloy.
So Eloy Detention Center, I'm stuck there. And I'm telling people, hey, do you want me to send you money? And I go, no. You know what? I want to be indigent. So I was fighting the case. They hated me. They hated a guy like me. They're like, you're doing this. You're violating my constitutional rights. You're doing this. You're violating this. You're not letting me fight. You're not letting me send mail. They go, well, you don't have money. And I go, because I don't have money, I'm not able to send stamps. Oh, we'll give you stamps. We'll give you 1 stamp a week. Or like, what? I'm like, no. So they made exceptions for me. I took advantage of everything because I was like, but I was the only guy doing this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
keeping you quiet.
Plus you got to remember, I'm using this for my advantage. And ineffective assistance of counsel. I know those kind of words and stuff like that, right? Well, anyways, get to the point. I lost. Fought my case for 2 years. 2 years of my life wasted. I'm put in like with these prisoners from penitentiaries, and these guys are getting deported, and these guys don't care. These guys, man, I got a felony. Just so they don't care about fighting you. They don't care about like threatening you. They don't care about hurting you. So these guys are like, you know what? I don't want to hear your shit. You're a veteran. You shouldn't be here. What the hell did you do? Everybody's looking at me like you shouldn't be here. Even the correctional officers. This is private prison. And I'm like, you guys are just trying to fill your beds. And I was pissed, bro. So I get sent to Nogales, Mexico. I get sent to Guadalajara. Well, no. When I get to Nogales, my mom says, go to Guadalajara, take a bus, and we'll send you money for the bus. When I get to the bus stop, Guadalajara, my aunt tells me how to get to her house. I get there. I stay there for like a year and a half. The whole year and a half, I'm fighting my case. The year is 2012. I have a 10-year expulsion from 2012. So I said, you know what? I'm going to fight this case. So a year and a half, I wrote to everybody. Nobody cared. I wrote to politicians. I wrote to President Arnold Schwarzenegger. Nobody responded.
Governor Schwarzenegger could have helped, right? If he had pardoned your misdemeanors. Yeah,
he could have. He could have done that. Even right now, you got to remember, my crimes are expunged. I've written to Newsom, Governor Gavin Newsom, right now, and he still hasn't like answered me yes or no or something like that. So, year and a half, I gave up.
At this point, we're going to get into a little bit of life adventure.
My dad's mother, the grandma, she got Alzheimer's, and people would give her food. She'll leave it on the table, and she wouldn't eat. We're talking about an extreme 180. A lady that's tall, chunky, strict, mean, penny pincher, like she has all this money saved up. Okay. I go visit her. I have the names of my dad's real dad and my dad's stepdad. So I told her my name and she let me in. But people can tell her grandson, her granddaughter, she only let me in. She lets me in because I got the name of the two men she loved. So I went to go live with her. Bro, cockroaches, rats, on the down low, she'll tell you don't clean, don't sit down, don't do nothing. But I would go to the store, buy all these like medicine. Grandma, let's go outside. Tell her in Spanish, let's go outside real quick. And I'll do a whole bunch of bug spray, and I'll kill all this like bugs and everything. And man, I just clean. And she goes, "What are you doing?" And I go, "I'm just cleaning, but just stay outside because I'm putting poison." And she's all, "No. Okay, don't worry. You can keep an eye on me. Look what I'm doing. I'm cleaning. And she's all, no, you don't have to clean. And she used to be a clean freak. So it was kind of weird. She died. My grandmother had 2 sons and 2 daughters. One of the daughters died. So her daughter, which is my cousin, my grandma's daughter, my dad, the other brother didn't show up, but they just started looking around the house. They would tell me, don't throw any furniture away. And I go, why? And they said, just put everything in front. You have a gate, you have a big gate in front, leave everything in the yard. Okay. So I left everything in the yard, and come to find out that my grandmother saved a lot of money. She had stacks of 500 pesos. Yep. And she had stacks of $100 bills, no 20s, no 50s, $100. My cousin and my aunt, they told my dad, here you go. Take the dollars, we'll take the pesos. We're going to sell the house and we're going to keep the money. You keep the $100 bills. So my dad kept the $100 bills. I don't know. That looks like $20,000, somewhere around there. Point is that my dad had like $20,000 or something like that. And my aunt and my cousin and my uncle, my dad's brother, they split it with them themselves, selling the house and the pesos. 500 pesos is like 25 bucks. So 25 times that stack, we could only assume it's like $12,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But selling the house, they got like 36. Because the house is, well, who knows what they sold the house for. But anyways, so I did a year and a half Guadalajara, a year and a half in Mexico City.
We're going to move back into a little bit of the struggle of being a deported veteran.
Believe it or not, when you're a veteran in Mexico, these cartels, these bad guys, they want to recruit you. So once they find out you're a veteran and you go to this American hospitals and they see you there, you get these like cholo guys come up to you and they go, hey man, what's up? Hey, I got a job for you, dog. I got a good paying job. So they'll try to recruit you and shit. And you're just like, no, thank you. So even to this day, I try not to tell nobody. I always tell people I'm just here because I got a house. Well, anyways, once I got to Cancun about 9 years ago, I came to Cancun. The only reason why I came to Cancun was because I was dating a girl in Mexico City. I hated Puerto Vallarta. I hated Cabos. I hated Acapulco. I hated all these Mazatlan, all these beach places. And it turns out that she goes, why don't you try Cancun? I'll tell you what, if you get an apartment or if you get a place, I'll come live with you. For real? She goes, yeah, I'll come live with you and we can settle down. And I talked to her dad and I go, sir, you give me permission not to marry your daughter, but if I find a place for her that she can come live with me. And he gave me his permission. So anyways, I get over here to Cancun. The water is beautiful. It's blue, like the sky. It's beautiful. You get here and my neighbor got me a job working as a snorkel guide. I'm looking for turtles. I'm seeing all this beautiful fish, like Finding Nemos. I'm like, I'm living the life. And about a month into it, one of the coworkers goes, hey man, how many points you got? Like, what are you talking about? They said, let's go downtown. And we went downtown. I bought them pizza at Domino's. And I went to this kiosk and this lady goes, let me see your ID, Mexican ID. Okay, here you go. She goes, you got 500,000 pesos available. That's like $25,000. And I go, what does that mean? She goes, do you want a house or an apartment? What are you looking for? And I go, yeah, but I don't have good credit, cosigner, down payment, personal reference, pay stub. They said, don't worry, you got 500,000 pesos available. Do you want it? I go, yeah. So I picked my house about 9 years ago, right next to a high school.
We were on a video call, so he showed me the place right here. Nice place.
I made it look like Japanese. This is a 2-bedroom. I have an upstairs, kind of like a man cave. I call that the Cancun Deported Veteran Resources Support Center. I'll tell you why in a second, why I call it the Cancun Deported Veteran Resource and Support Center. Well, no, I've been here 9 years. I worked snorkel, catamaran, and I just came back. About a month ago, I went into Tijuana. No, I was there for like 7 months. I just came back here like about 2 weeks ago, back to Cancun. And I applied for citizenship, change of status, asylum, tourist visa. I submitted all those paperwork. I don't have to pay a fee. And if I did, they would tell me. So I submitted all my paperwork. Okay. Once I submitted my paperwork, I get an email and it's from ICE about 4 months ago. And ICE says, hey, you need to submit a I-131 travel document. And I said, okay. I submitted the I-131 travel document. And they ask you for it's like 5 pages. But they want to see all the good stuff. So I sent like 150. I had everything from my high school, college, degrees, military, jobs in Mexico, certificates in Mexico, education in Mexico. My point is that I showed them that I'm a good guy, that, that it was just drama with the baby mama kind of thing, right? It was a mistake.
A bar fight. That could happen to anyone. That could happen to me. It could happen to anybody.
Yeah, but it shows violence, and that's just it. when it comes to harassing, annoying phone calls, it comes under domestic violence because it deals with somebody you have a relationship. And when it comes to petty theft, it shows theft.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So basically, it's called crimes of moral turpitude. It shows that you're immoral. So the point is that it looks bad because the law says that if you have more than 2 crimes of moral turpitude, then you have grounds for to be deported. But the thing was that they only gave me 10 years. So if you put 2012 and then this year, 2024, 2025, that's 12 years, 13 years. I'm in the clear. They should approve it, right? No. So I told you I got this I-131 request for Trump administration, ICE, IMVETs, immigration veterans, humanitarian parole. So I was like, okay. So I applied for it. I got denied last month. So all these call centers, the jobs suck. I hated Tijuana. I'm in TJ. I hated it. What else? The beaches suck. I painted the wall. The wall had big letters, repatriate. But what I did was I put repatriate what? I put false promise, USCIS INA 328. I put that Trump is using the military wrongfully, illegally, according to, I put the case law. I put the 4th Amendment, and I also put about how we're supposed to have our citizenship. It's like deporting veterans is wrong.
Absolutely wrong.
So, I mean, we should have got our citizenship about basic training, AIT, duty station. When you swear in, you say, I pledge, not pledge allegiance to the United States, not the flag, but when you
uphold and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That's what it's called. The oath.
Yeah.
When you do the oath, do you know it says the same thing as the citizenship? If you look at it, it's basically the same words. So technically, we feel that we're either what we call nationals. We fulfilled the promise of being a veteran. Now, okay, so I told you basically my story.
I didn't do it a lot during this conversation, but there are some parts that I did have to cut out for the sake of time. If you do want to hear the whole thing unabridged, you're going to have to check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/LVXMediaNet.
But anyways, I guess that's about it. The whole point is that I'm a deported veteran. I'm trying to live the best life that I could. I'm happy that I have a house. I don't have to have good down payment, good credit, cosigner. I don't have to, I don't have to have like all these stuff
The traditional
to get a house.
like you have to have in the U.S., right?
Well, even here in Mexico, you have to have all that. The government has that program called Infonavit, where Social Security, or if you work so much time, you accumulate points, and with the points, you can get yourself a house. So I'm happy about that. No wife, no kids, always looking for sugar mama. I talked to this lawyer when I was in Tijuana, and I said, hey, what do you recommend I do? He said, you know what? You can go ahead and apply, which I did. Trump's going to deny it. Just wait till he's done. The 3 or 4 years. And I'm kind of like afraid the 3 or 4 years that I start putting out everything that he's doing wrong. You know what I mean? Like, he's talking about, we're here to get the criminals, not the really bad guys, not the people that don't work. Okay. So you're getting them at work. You're using their Social Security number for their taxes because they're paying their taxes. I don't get you. Everything you're saying is contradictory to what you're saying. So the point is that if I put that on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, I'm kind of concerned that I will be blacklisted. Because Mexico City, or the whole country of Mexico, if they have a saying here in Mexico, you are never fired at a job here in Mexico. what they'll do is they'll make your life hard, so you quit. But all you got to do is one day when they give you a hard time, just walk out, go to the workers' comp, what we call United States workers' comp, fight your case, and instead of giving you like the typical paycheck of like $100 a week or something like that, or $200 a week, they're gonna, they don't like it, but not everybody does it because they're afraid to get blacklisted. But if you do it, then you come home with a big check, with a check that's not big according to U.S. standards, but it's big for Mexico standards, meaning like it's, I don't know, like $3,000 or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a lot even here. That's still a lot.
No, because I've seen lawsuits where they ask for 20, 50.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, those kind of lawsuits, United States, even small claims, the max is 10,000. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's about it. That's basically my story. My story is that born in Mexico, 2 years old, raised in LA, U.S. Army, Hawaii, worked corrections a little bit, police reserve, post office, 11 years, and applied for citizenship. And like a dumbass, got deported. I should have renewed my green card because I had a green card at the time. I should have just renewed it and applied later on. I don't know. It's just immigration is, you see stories about criminal, but you don't see stories about how to fight an immigration case. All you hear is people say, like, even now, if I look at the immigration, don't say anything. Don't answer any questions. Be quiet. That's the advice they tell you. They only ask you 4 questions. I'm going to tell you this. The detention center, it's not nice. What you see on TV is true. They ask you 4 questions. And the 4 questions are, 1, were you born in the United States, or what country were you born into? Number 2, were your parents U.S. citizens before you turned 18? Number 3, do you have any paperwork pending? And number 4, do you want to leave today? Voluntary departure. Those are the 4 questions they ask you. And believe it or not, that's kind of hard. That's your defense. United States, you can find guilty, not guilty, suppress the evidence, look for discovery, circumstantial, case law, blah, blah, blah. Immigration doesn't do all that. The only time they do immigration law is when they do like case law. Like the case of this person with that person for immigration, they won their case, so this person should win their case. But that's kind of hard, because one of the things right now, if you were to Google, if any of you guys Google right now, you Google military naturalization, all it's going to say is that, I told you, USCIS INA 328, USCIS INA 329. All it's going to say is, if you've been in the military more than 1 year of active duty, you may apply. And 329 says, if you were in the military and you were under hostile or war environment, then you may apply. It doesn't say you're guaranteed. That's the hard part. There's no guaranteed. And it says that when you apply, there's no charge.
When you
Go ahead,
were,
ask me the question.
Yeah, when you were gonna join the military in the first place, did the recruiter tell you anything about green card citizenship, or did they ask you about your status or anything?
Well, they have to ask you your status. So when I applied, you got to remember, recruiters are looking for candidates. They go to high schools and everything, right? I showed him my green card. Just that alone. He goes, once you join the military, we'll give you citizenship. I got promised. That's what happened. I joined the military with a green card, and I was promised.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Like, I remember even when I was going in, I was born a citizen, and when I was joining the military, the recruiter asked me and I said, well, why does that matter? And he said, because if you are not, then we can get you kind of fast-tracked.
Yeah. What branch were you in?
Marine Corps.
Oh, sorry. Nice.
Don't mind me, just another spot that had to be redacted for time. Again, patreon.com/LVXMediaNet.
It's like being here in Mexico. Here's another thing. Remember I told you my Spanish isn't too great? If somebody was to do like a joke in Spanish, I don't get it. I don't get the jokes. I don't get the jokes. I'd rather watch Dave Chappelle, Gabriel Iglesias. I understand these jokes. You know,
Culturally.
I understand all these jokes. I grew up in a white neighborhood. So there's this saying about no sabo, no sé, or something like that, no people like that. All I can say is that when I was working the 9 years and working at the snorkel and the catamaran, believe it or not, I had more fun with the tourists. And I understood them, and they understood me, and they gave me tips. What do you call it? They gave me tips because we understood each other.
The conversation kind of meanders around this point, so let's just skip right ahead to the next portion.
Well, I'll tell you. Okay, let me answer the questions that some people ask me. So, if you're a veteran and you're not a citizen, how come you didn't apply? I did. It's just when what you do is they tell you, okay, you need to submit this paperwork and that. You do. Then when you wait, you can't just you can call the phone number, you can call them, but you have to wait for them to send you something. You know what I mean? Luckily now they're doing emails. So I like that. But back then in the 90s, they sent US mail. And it wasn't registered or certified. They'll just send you a letter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I signed for it or anything. Supposedly they sent me a letter saying that I need to do or something I forgot what step was missed, but they said I missed it. And I got with an honorable, and my green card was still valid. So I really didn't have to, reapply for anything or anything. I still had a year and a half on my green card. I just applied for citizenship because my mom told me to. What other questions people ask me? People say, well, if you did the crime, then you deserve to be deported. You're right. No, I agree with you. I agree. A person who does the crime should do the time. Okay. I agree with you. But this is what we call double jeopardy. I don't think it's really right to punish me. Let's say I did jaywalking, hypothetically, and for jaywalking, my punishment is I have to pay a fine or I have to stay in jail for 5 days or something. That's my punishment. But it's not right if I do a crime and to top it all off, I have paperwork. It's not like I'm alien, undocumented or illegal alien. I have the green card and they deport me. They exile me. They send me to exile. You can't be here for 10 years. Because I've done my 10 years. My 10 years came and went. I've contacted politicians. What else people ask me? What can I do to help? I think the one thing you can do to help, people talking about GoFundMe and all this stuff like that. Sure. I mean, anybody who wants to help out, by all means. You got to remember, your $5 is 100 pesos to me. So yeah, you can go to Ramirez, Robert, 951 @gmail.com. I think that's under what's that thing called? What's that not GoFundMe, but what's the other thing that you can
Venmo?
get money from? No, there's another one that you can do that at USA only.
Cash App? PayPal?
No, that PayPal. Yeah, there you go, PayPal. There you go, PayPal. Ramirez Robert 951 @gmail.com. PayPal. Yeah. Okay. PayPal. Ramirez Robert 951 @gmail.com. The only reason why I don't like to do that, I don't like to ask people for money, stuff like that, because I like to be independent. I like to, work for my money. But man, it's hard when you go live in Tijuana. Tijuana was expensive. It's right next to USA, and it really got to me. I showed up here in Cancun with no money. Why? Because Tijuana, my house is 4,000 pesos a month. In Tijuana, renting a little room was 6,000 pesos, $300. That's only $300. Yeah, but the thing is that when you're only making, what do you call it? Like
$100.
$100 a week. $100 a week, so $400 a month. And you have to go to work, find transportation to get there, come back, gas, maintenance, the whole thing, man, it adds up. So yeah, Ramirez Robert 951 @gmail.com. Let me see, what was the other one? Contact your politician. Let them know your politician that deporting veterans is wrong, and you want a bill, because there's two people that try to bill. One person is I can't think of her name right now. She's a politician. She lost her legs.
Duckworth?
She was Duckworth. Tammy Duckworth. There you go. Tammy Duckworth. She did a bill. It didn't go through. And I think the other person, I can't think of who the other person was, but they did a bill and it didn't go through either. Even though people say deporting veterans is wrong, they just don't want to approve the bill. And it's wrong. They should approve the bill. I guess that's about it. What other questions?
Something that was really fucked up was that the Air Force and the Marine Corps were both doing naturalizations after boot camp. And they got barred from doing that.
Why or what? You talking about when you were in?
Not when I was in. This was after. This was something that a recent thing that had been happening.
Okay.
Yeah, just some news.
You don't know why?
I don't know why they stopped it. I guess the quota of Mexicans has been filled. Can't have any more.
Feels that way, don't it?
Yeah, no shit.
Feels that way. I don't know, man. I just think it's messed up. I think they should have gave it to us. Absolutely. I think once we get the honorable discharge, once we go to combat, once we finish basic, once we go AIT, it's an oxymoron. Veteran, patriot. Deported, not a patriot. It's an oxymoron. Let me see. Yeah, that's about it, man. I don't know other questions you got. Where do you stay at? Where do you live at?
I live
in
Phoenix, Arizona.
Arizona. Okay. Phoenix or Tucson?
Phoenix. Conversation meandered a little bit, but then we got to what resources do you have when you're in detention?
Yeah, man. The library, there was no library. They let you see like a laptop, and then the laptop, it's called LexisNexis. And all it is that it's 3 pages, and that's your immigration defense. That's it. Your LexisNexis. And you Google or Control F, military immigration. And that's all it says. If you were in the military more than 1 year, you can apply for citizenship. They're no charge. If you're in the military during combat. Oh, and one of the reasons why I got deported, you're not going to believe it, but it's true. There's a place in San Francisco called Commission on Judicial Performance. How does the saying go? I shot myself in my foot. Why do I say that? Because when I went to my first court appearance, and I told her, I go, Your Honor, I'm a U.S. Army Desert Storm Combat Disabled Deported veteran, and I don't think I should be deported. I'm on only discharge, and, I did serve my country 8.5 years and 11 years of federal government. That's almost 19 years, working for the government. And she goes, don't think, this is what she said, don't think just because you're in the military, I'm going to give you special consideration. When she said that shit, I said, man, but you're being biased. You're being discriminatory, and you can't be that way. Or well, that's the law. And I go, the law says that you could be discriminatory towards me. I never said I was discriminatory. I just said I can't use your military service as what do you call it? As a positive thing. And I go, exactly. So I was like, okay. So when I left that courtroom, I got I thought, okay, judge, State Bar Association, right? Then I asked the girl, Google complaints against a judge, and it said San Francisco Commission on Judicial Performance. So I wrote to them. I went to my court hearing. I told her I'm doing paperwork. Yeah. She got mad. She got mad. She said it. She said it in court. She goes, I don't appreciate you writing to the Commission on Judicial Performance. If the law doesn't allow me to use it, I can't use it. I told you we couldn't use it. You still made a complaint against me. I just want to let you know it's unbiased. And I never said, you said I was discriminating or racially profiling. He goes, we have people who are from Poland, we're from China, we have people from India. And I go, yeah, but majority are Latinos. And my mom, tell me how stupid this is. My mom, I know she wanted to help me. The last day, my last court appearance, she showed up. So did my sister. My sister said, just think of it like, what do you call it? Let him learn his lesson. Let him learn his lesson. You know what I mean? Maybe this is where he needs to, give him a chance so he can change. This is a wake-up call. There you go. She goes, wake-up call. This is a wake-up call. And what she did was the last day I had an attorney. The last court date I had an attorney. And the attorney, you know what his defense was? This is why I did ineffective assistance of counsel. He said a white guy, female white judge, female white prosecutor, and this guy's a white attorney. And he goes, well, you have to apologize. That's your defense. You got to apologize. And I go, that's why you're telling me I have to apologize for everything that happened, for everything that I did, I have to apologize? And he goes, yeah. And I go, you mean for the crimes? For putting them in this situation? He goes, you want to go to Mexico? Yes or no? And I go, no. And he goes, okay, that's your defense. I was like, this is dumb. My mom paid you whatever money it was just so I can apologize. You know what I mean? It's like, you're just like, wait a minute, I wasted my mom. And then he goes, do you want to appeal or you don't want to appeal? And I said, yeah, I wanted to appeal, And I told him in front of his face, I go, ineffective assistance of counsel. You got the case at the end. And he goes, well, I'll put it in there. And what's funny is that the day that you get deported is that they give you a decision. Like, they don't even tell you that there's a decision. This is what they do. They call your name. They call you out. You get your stuff. you go to this holding cell. You change into your regular clothes. Remember, I had a suit on. So people looked at me and they said, hey, they got the lawyer too.
Lovely.
So I have the suit on, and the guy looks at me and goes, here you go, here's your paperwork. Have a nice life. And he dropped me off in Nogales, Mexico. And I look at the paperwork, and it just basically says, your appeal has been denied. It doesn't say like why, you know what I mean? And I go, where's my stuff? And they go, your attorney has it. Anyways. I know, I'm going on and on, man. The point is that this is what happened to me. I'm going to have to wait. And that's it. Got to take the good with the bad. Deportation. I just don't think it's right. I don't think veterans should get deported. I think veterans should be given a chance. I think we should go to, I heard there's criminal courts where they have like veterans courts.
Yeah.
If you have a crime or something like that, you can go to a veteran judge or something like that. I think we should do that. You heard about the study about they don't know how many veterans they deported because they don't deport veterans, they deport people.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Nobody knows exactly how many. Because it's not a part of the demographic information that they capture when they deport somebody.
Right. And the funny thing behind that is that they don't put like, if they were veterans or not, but what's funny is that, when I told you about the wall, we got names on the wall. We don't have all the names of all the deported veterans because a lot of people, what they'll do is like what happened last month. Last month, this guy who got the Purple Heart, he's a South Korean. I forgot his name. He has some Asian name, Sung Won Park or something like that. This guy from South Korea, he got a Purple Heart. He self-deported himself. They told him that, we're going to deport you. You need a report. He just, I'm just going to self-deport myself back to South Korea. This guy was living in Hawaii. And then this guy, when he left back to South Korea, his kids are grown. He's going to show up to South Korea. His kids are going to send him money. He's going to be okay.
And if he has a Purple Heart, he probably has a disability rating, a high one.
Yeah. My point is that he's okay. But, this is something that he planned. This is something that he agreed to. Yeah, it was his choice. But it wasn't like me where basically, sure, people said, yeah, but at least they gave you a chance to take care of your affairs like a month into it. Well, I didn't think a month that I didn't think I was going to get deported. You know what I mean? I didn't think that it was going to happen. I thought it was just going to be like, okay, you have a month and a half to look into this. I didn't think, I was going to get deported when I came back.
Yeah.
It's just something I didn't expect. That's all. Can you imagine all these people right now? You're sitting outside ready to go to school. You're sitting at the bus stop ready to go to work. And all of a sudden, ICE picks you up, puts you in a jail cell. You don't know the phone numbers. You're in a holding cell. A week later, they get a letter in the mail that says, "Hey, I'm in ICE. They're trying to deport me." Those guys have it rough than me. I can't complain. Or what about the people from Secot, El Salvador?
Oh, shit.
Those guys, I heard that the way I've been watching TV is that they get picked up. The cops make a determination. They look at your tattoos or whatever. They feel that you're a gang member. They feel like you're a bad person, whether you have criminal charges or not. They send you to El Salvador. Or better yet, What if you don't have that? They said they don't have criminal charges, and they send you to Florida, alligator, Alcatraz.
From this point, the conversation kind of tapers off, so I just called it here. But that's it. That's Robert's story. Pretty fucking wild, if you ask me. And deported veterans is a fucking obscenity. Goodness gracious. Well, thank you all for listening to the Progressive Patriots. I will be back when I'm back. I don't know. If you want to fucking call in, 833-589-7637. Any questions or fucking comments, concerns, whatever. If you want to get yourself into the conversation, then yeah, there's the number to do it. As I mentioned a few times, if you want to hear the unabridged version, there is a bit that I did have to cut out for the sake of time. Patreon.com, look us up, LVX Media Net, and you can use LVX Media Net, all one word. It's the same handle that we use on all the social media shit. So if you want to connect with us on social media, that's how you do it. All right. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. See you next time.